Well, good morning and welcome to Canford Heath Baptist Church Online and to this daily devotional for Wednesday the 25th of March. The verses I'd like to read today come from Colossians chapter 3 verses 23 to 25. Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than people. Remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance as your reward, and that the master you are serving is Christ. Well, you might want to say to me, how are we supposed to do any meaningful work? We're pretty much confined to our homes, aren't we? We can't go out and about. We can't serve one another practically as we're perhaps used to doing. But there are different ways of serving, aren't there? And the key point of this passage is remember that it's the Lord you're serving. And we can do that in anything that we do. I was listening to Stephen Fry on the radio a couple of days ago, and he was being interviewed and asked as to how he was coping with this period of confinement. And he said he's taking a lot more time over everything, even the simplest of household tasks. And he spoke about preparing a meal and laying out all the ingredients into little pots and taking delight in the preparation of a meal. Well, that's Stephen, and that's his choice, of course. But it did get me thinking about this passage, because we can take delight in the ordinary things, and we can do them as if we're doing them for the Lord. If we're blessed to have a family around us, or a husband or a wife at home with us, we can serve them in the simplest of things. Maybe we're entirely on our own in our confinement, and that is hard, it is difficult. But still there are ways that we can bless others, and to do it as if we're doing it for the Lord. Perhaps there's someone that you could phone, maybe somebody you've not spoken to for a while. You could make yourself comfortable, pray about the phone call before you make it, and then settle in and have a proper good catch-up, and then maybe pray again for the person afterwards. Right now, I think we're still permitted to go for a little bit of exercise every day, so why not think about writing a card for someone and putting it in the post box? That's always assuming you've got some stamps at home, of course. But the simplest of things can be a huge encouragement to others at this time. And in doing those simple things, let's remember we're doing them as for the Lord. Let's have a prayer together. Loving God, we thank you for the joy of serving you, and we realise that the opportunities to serve you come in many shapes and sizes. Help us to rediscover the joy in ordinary things and doing ordinary things well. To discover the joy of looking after our homes, making sure they're clean, taking pride in the surroundings that you've granted to us. And perhaps in the garden, Lord, being able to get out and enjoy our gardens. Help us to see you in the simple delights of a spring garden. And please would you lay on our hearts those that you would particularly love for us to be in touch with, whether on the phone or whether by way of a card or a letter. Help us to minister to one another in these days, and always to do it recognising that our service ultimately is for you. So please strengthen and encourage us. Give us a sense of being together in all these things, even though we're not seeing each other physically. And may our service to you be pleasing to you, for we ask it in Jesus' name. Amen. Well, the Lord bless you today. May it be a really good day.